Hello and welcome. My name is Tom.
And I'm Heather.
And you're sitting at the Couples Table.
Couples Table is a live stream podcast here on this channel. Join us for better or worse.
For richer or poorer.
In sickness and in health.
Friday, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
I don't have my phone to check things out.
He's going to check things. And meanwhile, we're going to check in with the comments. Ernesto is here. My fave tech. Hello and happy Wednesday. It is totally Friday, but you're throwing me off. But I think you think it's huddle up. That's why. Nigel's here. Hello, everyone. Randall. Hi, guys and everyone. Finally figured out Pacific time. When to watch live, that is. Cheers. So I was going to go mow the grass. I should mow the grass, but I like mañana better. The road to health, keto and carnivore done right. Hello is here. Randall, I have been waiting all day for FedEx and finally got the Rode DS2 tabletop mic stand.
Right here.
Trying it out now. Better than using the vinegar salad mixture shaking glass. You know,
I guess it's a lateral
use
move.
what we got to use, you know. The Rio Bell room is here. Hello. Audio Hotline in the house. Hey, and Rim Jam. Hello, everyone.
What's up?
What's up, everybody? Good to see you all. Happy Friday. How are we doing on this fine Friday, Tom?
We're doing good.
Well, let me tell you, I had a lot of trouble sleeping last night.
Mm-hmm. And
it's because of the corgi. Okay. So I don't know why, but the corgi, Finley, he shares a pillow with me, and that's where he thinks his bed is, right? So he sleeps pretend I'm laying down like this on my pillow. He's right here, and his face is facing like me. And his mouth is right next to my ear. And last night, I don't know if he was thirsty. Like, when dogs are nervous or anxious, they have telltale signs, right? And because of the fireworks that have been going off since 4th of July and stuff like that, he starts panting and he starts, kind of doing this lip smacking thing. Like that. And he was doing it all night in my ear. And it was, right when I was dozing off into REM sleep.
Well, he kicks me in the back. I get the little corgi legs.
And I was like, God. And then the one place that he does sleep that isn't on the bed, Ben was on it, so he couldn't go there, and I had to move to the couch.
You just left.
I just left because he just wouldn't. But that's okay. We're here.
Yeah,
we made it.
I woke up to use the restroom in the middle of the night, and I was walking back, and you were just standing next to the bed, and I walked over all sweet because it's like 1 a.m.
So
I was going to give you a kiss, and I was like, hi, and you were like, I'm sad, and I was like, oh my God, why? And you're like, that, and it was just Finley on the pillow just looking super cute. It's like, I think I know what you mean. But...
and I was like, okay, isn't this cute that a corgi wants to sleep this close to me?
It is, but yeah, when you're getting robbed of your REMs, it's not.
Yeah. Anyway. Hassan is here. Hello. Happy Saturday. Rick on Mike is here. Happy Friday. Call me Cubby's in the house. Hi. So today we're going to be doing a little something different. We are always down to do creator chat. We can definitely talk about creator stuff. I brought some activities just in case we wanted to do something a little different. Okay. We've got this game that Tom and I have never played, but it's been in the game box.
Your pitch on that was, this looks stupid. I'm not particularly interested.
I'm pretty sure I got this as a gift. That's why. I mean, no offense, but...
I like the plastic.
It's called The Game of Things.
Case.
And I just... So, I don't know. We'll see. Then there's categories, which, we're going to play with you guys. And I forgot to turn down the latency on YouTube. So, there's going to be a delay, but that's okay. We can still have fun. And then there's Blank Slate, which is always fun live because this one is an easy one answer. Categories can get a little bit...
Yeah, scattered.
Can get a little scattered. So maybe we'll play all three. Maybe we'll play none of them. We're just going to see where the stream takes us in the next hour. So join us because this is going to be the most incredible hour of your day.
Whoa, that is...
Right here,
Sheesh.
Right now.
Wow. We have expectations that I didn't expect. Okay.
You know what? When you're tired, you just got to turn on. Here we go,
Well, we were somewhere and someone said, oh no, we saw New Kids on the Block last weekend.
New Kids on the Block live.
And it was the hype man for DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Yes.
Who opened. Said get ready for the greatest experience of your life or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, you have set the bar, my friend.
I mean, it was awesome though.
Honestly, it was pretty great, but that was high bar.
It's a high bar. Well, this is gonna be not that high of a bar because it's just gonna be the best. All
Okay.
right? Dawn is here. What we do for our dogs? Yes, exactly. That's exactly what was running through my head at 3 a.m. when I was looking at him. Like,
It's so hard because then people keep lighting off fireworks like randomly. So it's like, and I don't know why. Neither of our dogs have no real reason to be scared of fireworks.
I
Like
know,
they've
but
never
it's
even
genetic
seen one.
programming. It's
I
like
guess
how the
so,
salmon swims up the stream. I don't know.
Yeah.
The corgi is so cute. I have cats that do the same. The things we put up with for our cuteness. Yes. Simply obs. I will agree. Sleeping with corgis can be difficult. Yes, and like so, Ollie, our other corgi, hated being cuddled, hated being picked up. Like,
Also, did not care about fireworks.
didn't care about fireworks, but like would never sleep on my pillow ever. That like, are you kidding? No way. And so when Finley started sleeping on my pillow, I was like, okay, this is really cute. And so I was trying to remind myself of that, but I was like, he was like extra thirsty. He was like, go drink some water, please.
I don't know. He's cute. Whenever we come in to do the podcast, he goes and gets a bone and brings it in because he's like, I have to have an activity and it's going to be a while. It's like,
he's
adorable.
got his activity right now. Yeah, they know when we're going to do the couples table. Melanie's here. Hey, everyone. Jeremy's here. Hey, y'all. I heard this is where all the cool kids are hanging out, and it's the truth.
That's the truth.
And Doc. Hey, family. Speaking of Doc, we got the Doc Pops. They're popping off right now. Look at that.
Yeah.
Actually, they look great. I really like the white.
I mean, yeah, everything goes great with white, which is nice, but Green AF is the official name of this color.
Seriously. Yes.
You should go to docmerch.com and read the like copy because obviously Doc just wrote it and it's all really funny.
Let's do this. Hold on.
I think he uses the term fam at some point if I'm not mistaken or something similar.
Where did my where is this? Google Chrome. Bam.
So you can order these
Doc Pops
right now.
All right, let's see. Looking fresh.
Wait. Go through the copy here. Look fresh, sound fresh, because he says like, what has he said? Something like, also add a pop of color, making it stand out. Why settle for dull when you can dazzle?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, this is where he said, family, Doc Pops aren't just a pretty face. I don't know. I can see him sitting down to write this, and I love this.
Treat your mic and yourself
to a handful of Doc Pops.
I love this.
But yeah, if you click on the Doc Pops or browse all,
go.
you can see the color. If you go up
Here.
Well, yeah, just go to Doc Pops.
Here.
And then when you go down to each thing, see how it says +2, you can see the different colors. And then, yeah.
Okay,
And
we got Simply Red, Green AF, Blue Hawaii, Pretty in Pink, Insanity, Orange, and Purple Rain.
There we go.
I love it.
That's awesome. See, that's the cool thing. As much work as this has been for him to do these and make these, getting to have full control over everything like that is pretty cool.
It's fun.
Quite a perk. Doc said there may have been whiskey.
May have been whiskey. Which whiskey were we drinking, Doc? Simply Obs, my corgi Teddy is terrified of fireworks, thunder, etc., etc. Yeah, it's been a crazy week. Our corgi goes to my office, and once he's in here, he's okay. But Ben this year, yeah, it was a struggle bus for Ben.
Ben picks up on what's around him. So when Ollie was here, Ben didn't care as much about fireworks. He might get a little nervous or whatever, but he didn't really pay attention.
Ollie could not be bothered.
Yeah. But
who
Finley,
cares
even though Ben is the older dog, Finley, whatever energy Finley has, if he's nervous, whatever, Ben picks up on that and just like he does whatever the other dog is doing. And so Finley is nervous. Now Ben is nervous. And then he's trying to go in the bathtub and stuff.
I love the fierce green. HR, I love that shirt. I do too. This is actually my go-to, I don't know what to call it. My hockey
You're like
gear that I wear like to the locker room and then like out of the locker room because
easy to change.
Yeah. I forget. It was that good. Well, my old-fashioned stint like came back on since my birthday. So now I've been paying attention to what they've been putting in there.
Do you have a preference?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I'm not at that point. I have a preference for like the old-fashioned overall, but not for the. I'm not at the point where I can dial
Distinguish.
Yeah. What did I want to tell you? Oh, I wanted to. Should we bring up that one AI thing?
Oh, that was just sort of interesting. We can talk about it.
Okay, so then we're gonna get into the games. If you haven't noticed, because it's Friday, yay, Friday. But then there was something that I saw this morning that was like, oh my god, I need to make a video about this. But then I was like, oh, maybe we just talk about it on the couples table, because
Well, it's kind of related to something, which is cool, but it's sort of like also does. I don't know. I'm interested. I've had thoughts.
let's see what you guys think about this. Except
You have to now somehow sign in too.
I need to sign in. So you're gonna tell some jokes while this is happening, Tom.
Well,
Hit it.
how about I had some show and tell?
Oh,
So I
wonderful.
was gonna do a little gear corner segment here as we hang out
Gear
because
corner.
I just bought this little guy right here.
Yes, you did.
Which you can't see because manual focus. This is the Zoom H1 Essential, and it is essentially a stripped down version of like the Zoom H4. The reason I bought this is because I used a bunch of the Zoom H1Ns when I was teaching. Like I had probably at least like 20 of them at a time in my classroom, and they're kind of plasticky, but students would use them all the time, little audio recorders. And it was a really helpful way, like take a camera, take an audio recorder, take a camera, take an audio recorder, and they'd always take these. And I was like, do they still make those? What's the deal? And I realized Zoom has an updated version. So this is $100. It's an audio recorder, built-in microphones, which is pretty cool, and they sound good. Zoom makes good microphone sounds. But the cool thing is it's a lot like my little Zoom F2, which I made a video about, and I use for all my like hockey mic'd up stuff, in that it's 32-bit float. So you turn it on, and you press record, and that's kind of it. You don't have to adjust levels, you don't have to adjust input, you don't have to do anything, and then you can't mess up the audio because it's 32-bit float, so you can't be too quiet or too loud, which is awesome. And you can plug in a mic or an instrument, so you can, have this in your pocket and then connect a lav mic to it or whatever, which I thought was very cool. And then also, because this is newer, it can be used as a USB-C microphone as well. So you can plug it into your computer and actually use it as like a mic for something. And like all the ones, it just runs off of AAA batteries. So no built-in battery, nothing like that. I want to do a whole video about these because I feel like these little, relatively inexpensive, I think of it as like a Swiss Army knife of audio, and I'm really excited about it, and I just want to make a video about it. So that's my show and tell corner.
There you go.
Yeah, but it's very cool, and like they've done a lot of cool things with the display on this. The displays used to always be hard to read, but the display on this one is like significantly, I don't know if you can kind of see, it's very high contrast and easy to read, which is very cool. And it does do stereo and mono. So if you're doing an instrument, you can push this little stereo button, choose stereo, and that way you're going to get like the sound on the left and right. But if you're doing like a podcast or a stream, you can do mono, and then it's going to just be, like both left and right channels are even, which is very cool. And like I have just a basic memory card, and you have 99 hours of audio.
I remember the other one.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
These are fun, and I always like that
it
Zoom
was
things
a lot bigger.
Say goodbye, see you. Well, I have the H4n, I have that, and that's when you plug in XLR mics too. And this is just sort of very cool update that, I don't know, I was excited about. And you're logged in now.
I am logged in now. Let's see. Maker's Mark is good for old fashioned. My original Zoom is 20 years old.
Yeah, I think mine's 13 and it still works just fine. That's what I did the audio with on my very first YouTube video, which tomorrow is the 7-year anniversary of me upload, which actually means I filmed it today. Today is the 7-year anniversary of me filming my first YouTube video.
Wow.
Look at that.
That's great.
That's crazy. And I used the H4n for my audio.
Yeah.
Wow.
Your drone license one.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I wish we could have seen it because he set up all this whole thing.
I know if this were modern times, I would have taken a picture of the setup, but
yeah, you didn't know. You didn't know what was happening.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to upgrade our colored SM7B pop filters. Reporter Store didn't call their blue one Blue Hawaii. It's calling me. Okay, so I'm going to show you this thing I saw on Instagram. And I'm actually in the middle of reading a book called Extremely Online. And it's fascinating because it kind of tells the history of social media, basically, even though this is all in the past 20 years, so it feels weird calling it history, but it literally is just like this is what the world was like before Friendster. The rise and fall of Friendster, the rise and fall of MySpace, how they competed against each other, like all the big players that kind of dictated how everyone would end up using these platforms and tools. And, you know, right now I'm on the YouTube chapter, and it's so fascinating because I feel like as a consumer, I was always aware of the changes, which is why I started my YouTube channel, because I just wanted to talk about, like, you know, just the cultural effects, you know, even the way that we communicate as humans. Like, it was not common for people to talk outside of their circle of people that they knew in real life. That was very uncommon. It was weird to meet somebody online. It was weird to meet your significant other online. Like, it was, you know, that was just a weird thing. It never happened. And then now it's like, it always happens all the time.
Yeah. It's almost weird not to.
Yeah. Exactly.
You met in person? Like, you met someone before you knew them in real life?
Yeah.
Oh.
You didn't get to stalk their profile first and vet them out. So it just kind of reminded me of, like, whenever a new platform or something comes on the scene, I feel like the gut reaction is, oh God, this is going to be bad. Remember Snapchat? It was like, oh, it's going to disappear in 24 hours. Well, geez.
What's the point? Crazy.
Let's just think of the stuff that you want to post that's going to disappear in 24 hours. Like, I feel like everyone's gut reaction is to default to, like, the worst things. Right now we're seeing this a lot with AI, is like, you know, there's a very loud gut reaction of AI is, like, very bad for an unlimited number of reasons. I feel like as content creators, we know that a hammer can build and a hammer can destroy, and there are ways that we can use this. Like, there's just a lot of applications for it. This kind of just gave me pause. I don't know why, but I'm gonna show it to you and then see what you guys think about it.
Show it, but don't say anything.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say anything. Okay. I just have to make sure that the audio works. Okay.
I think you have to do your screen share.
Yep. That's a thing that needs to happen.
And
so
that should be good.
How do I get audio to go, though?
Your system audio should be good. Try it and see. Nope, it's not there. Add an audio source.
Like this?
Yeah. What is that?
I have no idea. Nope.
What are these guys? That's weird.
I have all the Ecamm people here who are going to tell me exactly how to get my audio to Ecamm.
Yes.
I reset my computer.
I think you're
recently, so
doubling up on audio here.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Well, let me
just mute that sucker.
Let me take that guy out.
Mute that bad boy. I mean, do you have... Oh, no, you redid everything. So
it's there, but faint. I
think
it's
getting picked up on ours.
Yeah.
I could just hold my microphone up to the speaker. We could be old school here. It's fine. Let's just do that when we're done.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Here we go.
Are finally back in stock. I personally take quite a few medications, and I was always sick and tired of searching through my bag, so my boyfriend made me a Pocket Pal, and then I got him to make one for my friends. After constant nagging, he finally decided to sell them, so he created Pocket. We currently have a massive sale live to celebrate the new stock. We recommend placing an order before we sell out again. After selling out the Pocket Pals...
Okay. I have something I would like you to play. I mean, something I'm going to play. This is from a video from a couple weeks ago.
Should I change it?
Oh, yeah, you can come back to us. But yeah, this is from one of my videos from a couple weeks ago.
Help improve the sound as well if you want to tame some high end. So that's something I'm doing a lot while using this microphone. And speaking of using this microphone, I'd like to use it right now to tell you that this video is sponsored by Artlist and their new AI voiceover generator.
We can finally generate some intelligence on this channel.
That sounds like the voice of Persuasion, my good AI voiceover friend from Artlist.
Thanks, Tom. I love your channel. It's the best, and your jokes are never painful to listen to.
So, that's the same voice.
So, okay.
Which is, let's be clear here. You can do AI voice generated voiceover things.
Every app does this now. Like, it's crazy how
I think Artlist does it the best.
It just happened so fast. I saw a YouTube thing that like you can do text to voice.
Yeah. I mean,
You pick the personality.
It's pretty nifty. You pick the personality. You can adjust tone. You adjust inflection. Every time you generate it, the take is slightly different. Just like when a person would say the same line over and over again, it's not default locked in, which is actually very, very cool. And yeah, using in this ad is an AI voiceover thing.
So if you couldn't tell, 1,000% that's an AI voice.
I mean, it's the same. It's the same voice. It's persuasion.
But I didn't. Aside from that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's how I know it's AI is like because I had that voice in my ear for so long. I was like, I know her.
But just like, I think the thing with AI is like, unless you know to look for it, then it can easily. Like, if you scroll through the comments, everyone's like, oh, this is so cool. Like, blah, blah, blah. You know, like, real positive. And, like, here.
They're talking about the product. They're not talking about, like, the video.
Yeah, sold. Great for my gym bag and golf bag. Like,
someone
great
said,
stocking stuffers.
Let's go to I think it was the last comment down here. Someone was like, I don't know. It was something about, like, keep all your, like, party drugs organized for the rave or something.
Oh.
But I think the thing... So... When I did the Artlist sponsored segment, at first I was thinking, like, I don't know, I teach people how to record themselves. I don't know that I want to talk about doing an AI thing, but then we talked about it on here. There's so many times where where someone might need a voiceover and they don't have access to a person. And maybe for whatever reason, it's not practical or possible for them to be behind the microphone or for somebody else to be. And so being able to just type this out, you can do a retake at 1 a.m., if you need to. It's no problem at all. I recorded a whole dialogue with 3 people while you were napping. Like, very easy. There's a huge purpose for it. I think the thing here is that this is that thing where it looks like, I'm just filming this with my phone, talking about my boyfriend, all this kind of stuff.
That's the problem. That's the thing that makes me uncomfortable, is because the dialogue literally says, like, my boyfriend noticed that I would always have trouble. Like, I had all these medications in my bag, and like my boyfriend made this thing, and now he started selling it, and then we've sold out, but we have a new order and stuff. And it's like, is that even true? Or because you know what I mean?
The AI doesn't have a boyfriend.
Yeah. And like, to give the benefit of the doubt, maybe that story is true and they're just not using their voices. I don't know why you wouldn't, because I feel like the authenticity is valuable, like, why wouldn't you, if you're going to tell that story, why wouldn't you lean into it even more?
It's like, I finally convinced him to do this. Like, did you? Or is your boyfriend just this one dude who is there
writing, a boyfriend?
Yeah. Is there just a guy who came up with the thing and is now...
Yeah, exactly.
Or is it just a company, actually? Is it just like is there not even any individual and it's just some conglomerate and you're...
And I think the reason why I feel uncomfortable is because, like, especially in, like, influencer age that we are living in, where everyone, like, for any product that you want to buy, there's actually a real person who's creating content, who has content about the thing that you're shopping for. A real person. Now, we can get into the weeds of whether, okay, you were sponsored. Is this a genuine review? And, like, are you paid to say certain things and blah, blah, and that's its own whole thing. But I definitely feel weird about an AI voice telling me this personal story that may or may not have happened in order to sell something. Like, I don't know. It just makes me feel...
I noticed a couple comments on here. I mean, it's people, just saying how much they want to do it. But somebody said something like, it was a lot of like, oh, I think when they were filming with their phone, they did this or whatever. So people are really feeling as though someone is just filming, very casually filming video with their phone, talking about their product. The idea of making this a down to earth, like, let me just show you a thing that we made video works because people think that's what it is, but that's not what it is. And I think that's the disconnect. It's just, it's the thing. It's the garage inside the airplane hangar. Because
I feel like if that story is true, why wouldn't you just use your own voice? And I saw the Road to Health here saying maybe they aren't English, which is fair.
Yeah, maybe they're not English. Maybe they
fair.
have a medical condition. It's about medicine. They take a lot of medicine. Maybe they can't. But It's weird though.
It's weird though, isn't it? Like, I don't know. It just
The stuff that I've used or
don't
would
know.
have used the AI voiceover things are where it's you're not trying to connect. You're trying to connect with the person. Whereas in this case, it's very I had this problem. We came with a solution. I solved. It feels like
if
you're connecting with the person.
If the dialogue was like, "This is a pill pocket thing. You can put your things here. Look how much. Look how
Almost like
you
the
can
TikTok
even use
voice.
the same footage. You know, like here's a purse. You can put all the boxes that you have. You can consolidate. Everything's labeled and da da da. But the story of like, when I traveled, I would bring all this stuff, and my boyfriend finally came with a solution and da da da. It's like, it's false. Unless it's not. I don't know. But I brought this up because it's one of those things where I feel like I'm experiencing something for the first time, and it is going to have that cultural effect of, like, I don't know. I'm just curious about everyone else's reaction about it.
Oh my God! Sorry, somebody said this is a separate thing, and this is I don't know. Keynote. There's a comment here that said, anyone else try to wipe the eyelash off your screen? I thought you had a hair on your computer screen, but there's an eyelash. Is this in the footage?
Finally back in stock. I personally take
Oh, it's just on that last.
I was always sick and
See,
tired of searching through my bag
I personally take.
a pocket pal.
But there is a person. These look like
For my friends.
a girl's hands.
Constant nagging.
She said, I personally take all these things.
Yeah, this AI does not need medicine.
To celebrate the new stock, we recommend placing an order.
I was just confused about the eyelash.
After selling out the pocket
Because the real cynic in me, knowing how cameras work, right? You have the background in focus here. She holds up the pocket, and that comes in focus. The focus on this eyelash doesn't change at all.
So what does that mean?
Part of me thinks that this is actually put here
No.
afterwards.
Stop.
Yes, the same way that in old school message board days, people would have a very similar thing of like a hair as their profile picture, and you would try to like get it off your screen, but it's their profile picture, because you're gonna see this ad pop up, and you're gonna try to get the eyelash off of it, and now you've
And
tapped
swipe
on
off.
the ad. But you're gonna interact with
No,
it. I don't know.
That's too much, bro. Like,
The thing is,
I can't. That's
Camera lenses don't work that way, where that thing's gonna stay in focus on the lens while the focus is also shifting to the scenery in the background and the pocket here. Physically, it's not possible. I think that's a freaking PNG. Eyelash.png. Someone dragged onto that video.
Let's see. Let's catch up with comments. Boom, boom, boom. Gil's here. Happy Friday. I love artless voiceover. I used to read an email to my mother-in-law. Artless is the best. I gotta go to a meeting, but I'll give my take real quick. 90% of voice attendants in corporate America is the same voice. Press 1 to detail instructions for shipping hours.
Right.
This is not new. Artless AI voice sounds so real. Before AI, we had actors. They tried to get us with empty empathy. The AI is trying to relate by lying. Oprah reads a biography on Audible. It's still the writer's story. A real person probably wrote the script. It's an ad, not a sponsored video.
This is an ad. This is not
Definitely. Last point. Imagine the voiceless. A person with a crushed voice box speaks with text-to-speech app. Is still their story. Yeah, totally. The problem I have with this is I don't think that's the case. I just don't think that's the case. Like, I don't think it's a person who can't speak English. I don't think it's a person who has a voice impediment.
I think my eyelash thing is evidence of that.
I don't know. You watch anime. Think about that. No, it's totally true. Those are valid feelings out there. If it were people, they could easily use an iPhone to record audio that is more sufficient for an ad like this. Though Doc brings up valid points as well. I'm curious, like, what?
Sorry, I saw Heather Fellow filmmaker.
It's totally possible it's a real person story.
Yes.
It could be, yeah. But then why wouldn't you just use your own voice? In the influencer world, why wouldn't you just use your own voice? Like, it only helps you. I don't know. That eyelash thing, you two would totally nerd out about something like that. Okay?
Because
it's like the animated gnats on the screen.
Yeah.
The eyelash is the same reason people misspell stuff on purpose. It creates engagement in some shape or see.
I honestly, because it's only on this shot too. It's not on the other ones, and it's just cameras can't work that way. It's so clear and in focus, unless actually I was gonna say unless it like got into their camera and was literally on
I don't know
a little
if
hair
can-
physically
if
on
you
the
can-
sensor. Camera
boy,
sensor too small.
If you can like see it.
Oh, I feel like we have uncovered something, and
I'm trying to like zoom in, but it's like right here.
yeah. It looks like there's a hair that landed on Heather's computer display here, and if that's
It's
on your
so
phone,
subtle though.
yeah, but you're gonna
But this person here says anyone else try to wipe the eyelash off your screen.
yeah
Must
10
have been
lights.
on the lens.
Must have been on the lens when they shot it. Yeah, and it's right in the middle, so now you've
Yeah, but you swipe
engaged.
off.
I don't know how
That doesn't make sense.
a reel works if I'm not if it's in your thing and
Yeah, you swipe off.
if it's in
Bye.
my feed I would swipe off.
I don't know.
I don't know,
I see what you're saying.
but there's something there.
I didn't even notice the eyelash. People hate their voice, so use an AI to be the voice. I totally agree with that, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean the whole reason I did the Artlist sponsor segment was because I saw the value in being able to have that kind of a tool. But I think it
feels like false advertising to me. But I don't know why.
it's not. I don't think it's false advertising because it's the thing. I think it's like false connection. It's like building an even more parasocial relationship in a way where, I mean, yeah, you have a fake voice saying I do this all the time and I do that, and
It's just weird because okay, I think the reason why I think it's weird is because if we were these people, then I would just be like, this boyfriend helped me develop this thing to help me fix this thing. Like,
But I mean, what if, let's just say, because this was the argument I thought of, this person said that they need to take a ton of medicine. Maybe
Right.
their voice is affected, so they can't. That is the story, and they can't say it. What say you in that situation?
then yeah, that's fine. That's fine. But imagine like.
I don't think that's what happened.
I'm trying to think of another product that has nothing to do with medicine. You know, like I don't know where you're going, but
like a water bottle or something. I don't know.
Oh.
Nothing exciting.
even though the story is real, the extra attempt to make more money equals over optimize. I personally have used AI to dub my voice in Spanish and French to engage with foreign audiences.
Oh,
I
that's
love
cool.
that.
That's cool. Then they get you in the foreign language.
That makes sense to me. Because if you didn't have AI, you wouldn't do it, you know, because it's just not feasible. Like, obviously, you're not going to pay.
That's actually a great idea.
Yeah, because then it could still be kind of in your voice, right? I believe in humanity. So do you use software to remove it, or do you reshoot after removing the eyelash, or do you just leave it?
Well, in this case, I think they use software to add it.
Yeah, I think that's what they're saying, is like it was an added thing to kind
That's
of
not what
make
they're
it-
saying. That's
No,
what
that's
I'm
what you're saying. Yeah. Well, yeah, they as in you guys. I don't see much difference between recording real voice and adding a whole lot of EQ and processing, which is no longer the natural voice, versus an AI voice.
I think. Sorry, I would say the thing here is because they're not being so. I mean, I don't know. We could go to their website and see what they're all about. And if it's just like this girl.
The thing that makes me uncomfortable. Yeah, I totally agree with you. The thing that makes me uncomfortable is when you're speaking from a place of personal experience, but using AI makes me sus that it wasn't actually true. I don't know.
Because it could just be, are you someone who needs to travel with a lot of medications and struggle to keep them organized? Check out this thing.
Yes, I feel like you're taking advantage of using the personal story, which is obviously something like that works. It's a marketing technique that works. But I think the reason why it works is because it's authentic. You know, like I'm going through the same thing. I have the same problem as you. See this purse? Your purse looks like this also, right? Like, but then it's like, what if it isn't? And you just came up with this idea. I don't know. I'm not saying it's wrong. I just feel weird. That's all.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the same way, like, I don't know, the first two people ever met on the internet and then got married is weird probably. But I feel like this is the first time that I'm sure in the next 6 months, this would be totally normal. But see, like, even the TikTok voice, right? Like, the TikTok AI voice, it's so obviously the TikTok AI voice. So in that case, like, no one, you know, like, if the TikTok AI voice was like, my boyfriend helped me, da-da-da, then I would know, okay, someone actually typed this in and just had her read it. And that would not be shady to me. The fact that you're trying to use a realistic, real-life voice.
Well, the thing I was wondering about these voices is as people start using them more, whatever service they're using, is will they start becoming recognizable like the TikTok voice, where you hear it and you know that voice is, like, you know, it's an AI. I might not have known 3 years ago if I, like, the first time I heard it, I might not have known, oh, that's the TikTok voice. Like, this lady's just talking really weird. And with these ones, if it's like, you hear it in
like,
my thing, you hear it here, and you're like, it's the same. It's like when you hear the same, you know, it used to be the In a World voiceover trailer guy, and he's talking about every movie. Yeah, it's like, you just hear the same voice. You hear Morgan Freeman narrate a bunch of documentaries. Like, this is just that voice. But they're so new, they're not there yet.
Not false advertising. The box works. Trust me, Clooney and DeVito don't drink effing Nespresso. They have real espresso machine.
I think DeVito lives in Jersey Mike's. I'm willing. You telling me that's not the case?
Yes, UNHR. I did thousands of commercials as a VO artist. I was in radio. I had to read scripts and lie nearly every day. But I think the difference is, like, this is user generated content. That's the difference. Because, like, if it's radio, if it's TV, if it's traditional media, as a consumer, I feel like I know I have been trained, like, to have these expectations. But for user generated content, when like an influencer, a content creator, a person like me is telling this story to sell this thing, and then potentially that thing didn't even happen, like, I don't know, it just feels like,
well, because I think what Doc's saying
weird.
is, like,
feels
in
weird.
radio or even on, like, talk shows, it could be like, you know, oh, this episode's brought to you by, you know, this type of water bottle. I use this every day and it's always been my favorite, and it's just what's in the script, and that person's never even touched the product in their life.
But see, like, I don't know why.
I think that there is a clear context of, like, it's time to read the commercial. I'm reading the commercial, and maybe that switches your brain into a thing. Whereas this is, like, this is clearly an ad. Like, it's a company posting an ad. I'm sure it's marked as sponsored on Instagram. But I think,
it's an ad.
But trying to make it seem very personal, and it could be or it could not be. But, like,
it's an ad trying to
have
be
the
an
boyfriend read it if the girl doesn't have, like, have my girlfriend always traveled with medicine, and I decided, like it's a weird thing. Whereas it could just literally be the ad of, like, are you someone who has to travel with medicine? It's difficult to keep it organized. Like, it's not even about the product. It's about the framing of it, combined with you're filming it on a phone. It looks very DIY. You're at the beach.
It's passing off as user-generated content.
It's passing
That's
off
why
as
it's
user-generated content, yeah. When it doesn't seem to be. And then you add eyelash.png on there.
Shut up. That, I don't believe that, man. I feel, okay, that takes you to a dark place that I don't want to go. So I'm just
saying, with how optics work, there's some laws of physics being broken with this shot.
The problem of using other devices like my vinegar mixture, salad dressing, glass shaker is that I should get an Apple tracking thing to find where I place the top.
Just one in every top.
I'll stick with Microsoft Sam, the OG.
Bonsai buddy.
All right. Well, there you go. I'm curious now that the AI voices are not like the TikTok voice, right? Like, they
really sound like people.
They sound like people. And this is the first time where I have seen an ad that's like it's like user generated content. I feel weird about it. I'm sure a month from now, that's all I'm going to see. That's all I'm gonna see, and then it's gonna be like, well, yeah.
Did you know? I think they've evolved the voice since then, but the original voice of Siri, back in, like, 2011 when Apple released it, the lady didn't know she was Siri, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw her talk. I met her.
Okay, so yeah, you did know this.
She's yeah, she opened the keynote by talking in Siri voice.
That's cool. I don't know if they've still changed.
I forgot
it a
what
little bit.
conference it was.
But yeah, she was some of this before all this technology existed. So you just go in and just read
She had no idea.
everything. You just read the dictionary essentially.
Yeah, basically.
And then it all
And
gets
all,
pieced
and all
together.
different kinds of like inflections and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they used an espresso or a real espresso machine. It's so easy with an espresso, while espresso machines are so tedious. Of course, the taste is worlds apart. I think my parents have an espresso.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, see?
They got your brother one for Christmas one year.
Yeah, I'm not gonna freaking do the thing.
No, Nespresso is like the quick
No,
one.
but the espresso, isn't that what that is?
Where it's like the actual machine and you have to
Yeah.
do the thing. Yeah.
It's a lot. Yeah. Tom, the eyelash was so in focus. I'd be able to view it in a focus
We're through
under
the
a
looking
microscope.
glass.
It def was a decoy placed there just for you. Really? I mean, you guys would know. I don't know.
Because here's the thing, like, have you ever had dirt on a camera lens? And
Yeah,
then
but
the lens...
it's focused on this. So if it's focusing on this, wouldn't it just also focus on that?
No, because your distances are different. The eyelash would be here. The pocket thing is, held out here, and then the mountains are in the background. We have focus on all three things. The video starts with the focus on. We're through the looking glass here, okay? The video starts with the focus. Here, do we have to go through the whole thing again? Okay. Well, it starts with. It's not on any other shot. At that first shot, I'm going to let it roll around again. The focus is on the scenery in the background. So let's...
Oh, the first one.
The shot with the eyelash. The eyelash isn't on any of these shots here. Which also... this looks like a handheld phone, but she's using two hands to cut stuff. That's interesting.
This is not her bag, by the way.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
This is what I mean. See that there's a rack focus where your landscape in the background was clear and
Look
then
at
the
him
pocket
go.
came in focus. The eyelash didn't change at all. If you're somebody who's ever, even with an old school camcorder, you had like a water smudge or dirt on your lens and it just focused on that and like everything is blurry because you just see this dirt speck right here super clear. That's what would be happening. But the eyelash, usually if an eyelash is on your camera lens, it's going to be so thin and so like blurry that the lens wouldn't even see it. It would just focus past it and you wouldn't even notice it's
that's
there.
what I figured.
Yeah. So there's no way and the scale also doesn't make sense because
I'm only gonna get this out on Instagram because we've spent so much time on it.
really wants this
I know,
taste.
we've played it like 10 times.
You know what? You do have medicine. Maybe like the product seems decent. Like is also the
I
thing.
know, but that's why it's like, why do you have to lie?
Well, yeah, that goes into the
That's
whole
the
like
thing. Like, why can't you just?
why did Insta have to tell people not to disclose sponsorships in their videos? Like your products are great. let people just enjoy them. But anyway,
All right.
that's so here's the thing though. If we're having this debate on okay, you're using AI voice, is that okay, is it not? It could be okay because it doesn't really matter, it doesn't change the tone of things, maybe the person can express themselves that way, all true. Maybe you shouldn't use the AI voice in this case because you're creating user generated content and it's making things seem, like artificial. What I would wager money on is literally a post-production CGI eyelash added in afterwards to somehow, in some way, boost some type of engagement that then speaks towards a more nefarious purpose. And
Right.
that to me
I can't
backs.
go there because I'm sad.
And then what I think is, okay, what this is just a giant company. There's a boardroom meeting. They have this new product. They need to launch it. Okay, there's literally like you have a pro videographer who's going to, film something with a phone. You have the model who's going to use the hands and the props that's being directed. There is no boyfriend. There is no
a script,
there's
yeah.
nothing like that. It's a company came up with the product. You're making it feel very homespun. And now you're using the AI voice, which is weird too, though, at that level. Why not then hire an actor to read the thing or to just be on camera? But I guess you don't have to pay him.
Well, so okay, this reminds me.
I don't know.
This reminds me of like, so I'm reading that extremely online book, right? And they told the story of one of the first things that, like the first blip, the thing that blew up on YouTube, which I don't know if, I'd be very curious if anyone here knows what I'm talking about. Lonely Girl 15.
I only knew the name, but I didn't know
like
anything else.
She was like the first vlogger, and it was like, oh my god, I'll never forget it. She was like sitting on her bed with a guitar or whatever, and she was like, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. And she like starts playing the guitar or whatever. Basically, it's a teenage girl, and she is talking to the camera in a way that no one has ever seen before, because this is what, months into YouTube's creation, where the girl is talking to you. This is like what we do now, but that was the first time.
Wow, here's 18 years ago.
Her.
Oh, it's just
First
Video blog.
yeah. There was no word for it.
I really like.
I remember just being like completely captivated. I mean, it was I think it was it was like the most subscribed channel on YouTube at the time, and it was a girl, and she was like a teenager, and so she was just like sharing, I don't know. She was just being real, right?
Or was she?
Well, it turns out that people did their internet sleuthing and found out that it was, a screenwriter who tried to make it big, and had always this story of like, he always had this like idea of writing, a story of a teenage girl whose like parents end up going into a cult or something like that. But like, it, I don't know. He kept pitching it, didn't work. And then there was like somebody else and somebody else. It was a 3-person team. They hired 2 actors on Craigslist, and it's just a written web series.
So she was just an actress
It's
from Craigslist.
All fake. And when people found out, it only made it more popular. It went on for seasons. She ends up dying, like in the story, and like it's a whole. I think I stopped watching when I found out it was fake, because I was like, well, it's fake, so it's like whatever. But when people found out, they actually liked it more. So I'm curious, like if this is that same thing of like when people find out it's fake, it's like, well, whatever.
I mean, probably. Like, does the thing work? I don't care. Like, ultimately, at the end of the day, people probably aren't agonizing over it the way we are. That is what it is.
All right. Fellow filmmaker says, take an eyelash now and stuff it on your camera lens, and then we'll prove it.
I know. Like, I was literally gonna try. Oh, here, I have an eyebrow.
Oh my god. I gotta head out. I'll be sure to catch a replay to witness the spine-tingling conclusion of the eyelash mystery.
Wait, which
Are we
lens?
seriously doing this?
I need to figure out which lens here.
The eyelash is pixelated. I can't see what this word is. Definitely looks like a low-res image. Hello, everyone. Kathy in the house. Mihal. Evening, all. Hello.
I can't.
Okay, so Tom is doing a thing. Are you going to record, like, with your video?
Well, I can't get it on the lens. Now it's just stuck. This is a fat eyebrow, too.
Okay, I honestly didn't realize this was going to take up the entire stream. I bought board games, and I don't think we're going to get to them at all.
Okay.
But that's fine.
Sorry. We're doing science right now. Okay, I have...
Are you going to record?
I don't think it's worth recording, but I have a big fat eyebrow hair, which actually looks exactly the same as that one, on my camera lens. And if you go through here, it's invisible. It's this lens.
You can't see it.
It's completely invisible.
Because it focuses past.
Yeah, because it's just focusing past it. And if your phone were open to the point where like a hair was physically on the sensor, the camera sensors in here are so small that a hair couldn't physically be on it. Plus, it was not on the other shots where it would be.
Yeah, but I mean, she was like in a room, so maybe she like.
But I mean, like if I took like my Sony FX3 and I put that same eyebrow thing on the camera sensor, I took the lens off and put it on the sensor. There's a chance, I don't think it would be crystal clear like that, but you might see a line or something across the lens. And that would be on every shot, because it doesn't matter what lens, doesn't matter anything, it's on the camera sensor.
Yeah.
So not only is it not possible because the sensors are too small for a hair like that to be on them in phones and only take up that much of the screen. This is crazy. Like, this is insane. Not only is that not possible, it wouldn't look that way. Sorry, this is just blowing my mind right now.
Going to. He's like he can't keep up with his brain.
I can't because it's because.
Well, what's
it's
the
a
point?
conscious decision.
I know, that's
it's what Heather said. For one reason or another, it's a conscious decision to try and generate engagement. In this case, and I don't know what the purpose is. You're it's in your feed. You hit the thing to try to get it off, and now you've double tapped and you've liked it. I don't know what the thing is. Honestly, I'm sure they've studied this. If we put this on here, we're going to get, X% more people like clicking through to the actual reel, or we're going to get X more number of likes because people have engaged it. If they've engaged it, guess what's going to show up in their feed more?
I need to make a Finsta so I can deep dive into their profile. I don't want to click on their profile because then
we're in it. We are on some lists after this. And not an art list.
Create is like
exposed.
Well, she really wants to buy our product.
Sorry, this is like, it's something I didn't. It was just an innocent comment, and I have like.
I'm curious if they use this in their other videos. Like, why would you come up with this idea? Like,
okay.
No, don't do it. Are you kidding me? Why are you gonna do it on a Finsta? You're not doing that on mine. I'm not gonna see Pocket Co. every single ad. No, Okay. I'm about to block them because I don't want the algorithm to think that you know what? Here's the thing. Pocket, okay? I'm going to get this ad and then I'm going to get every single competing similar product ad after this because we've spent so much time with this thing open.
Yeah. The funny thing is I cannot find that.
Because you put the E. You take the E out.
Oh, it's
You got to be cool. Pocked.
Oh, there they are. They're from Australia.
At F22 you could see it. I learned the hard way. Well, there you go.
This ain't F22 though because
it's a phone.
Well, it's a phone. I mean a phone can change the aperture, but the fact if it were F22, everything would be in focus right now. The eyelash, the case,
and the
landscape, because that is what you would use for landscape, where you want everything. You'd have the whole frame in focus. The fact that you have a rack focus from the background.
Detective Conan.
I have dropped a big old deduce on this.
You're so stupid.
That's true.
He's in nerd heaven. The whole ad feels gross.
This is their only video.
Well, and it's like, it sucks because, now it's like, I want the story to be true, right? Like,
it could be. It actually seems like a relatively small company.
You went to CVS and bought a bunch of medicine boxes and just put them all together, and it's not your actual purse, and Greg says it's some marketing ploy to get people to rewatch it to see what it is. Tom needs to try the eyelash trick on his YouTube shorts or something and see if it boosts engagement. Make it an Easter egg. Oh my gosh. You should totally try it. You should post the same shorts, 2 shorts, one with an eyelash, one without. Oh my god, A/B test that ish.
A/B test that lash.
A/B test. Do it on Tombuk too.
Oh, I don't know, but that's not objective because it's how the algorithm would pick up one anyway. I don't know. It is very interesting though. My point is, I just feel like we're looking at, like, literally, Finley might as well be walking on the ceiling because they have broken the laws of physics here with this ad.
Yeah, but literally, like, 10% of people on Earth know this.
That's why they can't keep getting away with this.
Miel says, I quit today. Left my employment to go solo again. Looking forward to starting to stream again soon. Dun, da, 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 da.
I don't have my air horn, but
it's a big leap. That's very exciting. Best of luck. Keep us updated.
Give your shoulders a rest because you just took such a weight off of them.
Yes. Must feel so free. Best of luck with everything. Yay. Well, I can't believe we're at the top of the hour. If you were not here at the beginning, I had brought some games because we were just going to hang out today. But then I saw this ad this morning and I don't know. I know there's always going to be people who use the hammer to destroy. And that's fine. I don't know. It just feels, I don't like when things are inauthentic. It makes me feel weird.
Right.
I don't like when things are disingenuous, especially when money's involved. And I get why people do it. I mean, okay, to be fair, this was not intentional, but one of my most popular videos, actually, let me just confirm before I tell you. What are you doing?
I was to see if I could find the actual PNG of the eyelash.
Oh my god.
I'm not equipped for that at the moment.
Okay, check it out. So, this is my tutorial channel. And I just went to my most popular videos. One of my most popular videos has a typo, and I had no idea. It was not intentional. I don't know.
That is a very popular video. Wow.
Yeah. And then somebody, actually, who was it?
Subscribe.
I know. What's his name? He was also a YouTube coach. Oh, shoot, I forgot his name.
Coachy McCoach.
He has glasses. He's a YouTube coach who has glasses. I think he's one of the only ones.
I don't know.
Oh my god, I forgot his name. Oh, I feel so bad. Well, anyway, so somebody told me, "Hey, you have a typo in your thumbnail." And I was like, I guess I got a typo in my thumbnail. I'm not gonna change it. I don't know.
Because you don't have like that file.
I don't
to
have
go
the
and
original. Yeah, I'm not
change.
gonna go make another
You have
thumbnail.
to recreate the thumbnail from scratch, essentially.
But nobody
in 3 years and 100,000 views, pretty
except
much.
for that person, noticed it.
Yeah, I'm sure that you showed me that thumbnail when you made the video, and I didn't know.
Subscribe.
And the funny part is,
Look at
it says
this.
subscribe right below it correctly.
I know, but it really does. I think it's because the shape of the letters.
Yeah, if it were, it's that thing where you can read words if the first and last letters are the same.
Yeah. Look how cute she is. Watch. Look at her go.
Or this one.
Aww.
Type, and I'll show you how using Canva.
Wow, I didn't realize your office has looked sort of like this for this long.
Head on.
Let's see.
I mean, it's different because you're not
January
at the
12th,
desk.
2021. Oh yeah, I used
But-
to sit in the middle of the friggin' room.
Yeah, you're in the middle of the room.
Your own custom animated
Oh, the couch is still at an angle. I guess it's the lights on the bookshelf. The cool fairy lights.
Oh my god. I had to plan that.
Yeah, that's hard. It's
Yeah.
simple.
I don't have. I was gonna say I don't have the energy. Maybe I do, but anyway. Heather, can I see the lashlet? That hour flew by totally. We just talked about an eyelash for 30 minutes.
Look, I didn't think that's where we're gonna go when we woke up this morning.
Well, maybe next week.
What else will we debunk?
Yeah, it's gonna be the debunking stream.
No.
But I don't know. I wanted to bring it up because I feel it's always fascinating in this very fast moving digital world when you are experiencing something for the first time that I just have a feeling is going to be very common, but it's
Yeah,
This is
that's
the first
I
time
saw
we're
a
seeing
thing
this, you
the
know?
other day. Somebody posted something that was it was a screenshot from the Apple subreddit when AirPods were announced,
okay.
and it was pages of people, long, well thought out, very articulate things of why AirPods would never be a success.
Oh my
And
gosh.
it went to when the way audio processing works, the way technology works, the way culture works, all this stuff. It's and people were like, I can't believe this would ever be a thing. Meanwhile, 8 years later, it's
Everybody has them.
yeah. And even, Samsung just yesterday released their new Samsung Buds or whatever they look exactly it's not even oh, there's only so many ways you could design an earbud. It's you probably could have diverged a little bit more than you did there. I don't know. I don't know. There's a whole thing, but I was talking to you about rolling shutter before we went to bed last night.
This is Tom, okay?
Yeah.
His sweet nothings he was whispering to me as we were going to bed. Rolling shutter.
Well, at one point last night, I was telling you about this. I was like, this is my audio recorder. And see, what's really cool about my audio recorder is you could... I was like, I know
Just
you...
completely launched into a YouTube video, and I was just like...
But the thing...
It's a nonstop situation.
I'm just going to get this out because otherwise this
Oh.
will have nowhere to go. And it's the thing I told you last night.
You
Brace yourself. No, it's the thing. So Sony released a camera this week, the ZV-E10 Mark II.
Oh, we're going here?
We are.
All right.
There's a lot of discussion about overheating and people going into overheating and
Always
all that kind
gotta be
of stuff.
discussion
I haven't
on
used a camera.
overheating.
I don't know, whatever. I was starting to feel, I think it was related to this because when I bought this, I was like, God, those H1Ns were so cool. And this is like such a better version of that. It's so cool. And it's so, I don't know, it's super plasticky. Like it doesn't have a lot of other features. Like it's super susceptible to plosives, does not come with a windscreen. No dock pops here. And I think you could take anything. Some things are bad and you should just be like, oh, this thing is not good. But you could take anything. And when you dig far enough, you're going to find a problem, right? Like we don't have any issues, but if we bring a super pro plumber, electrician, whatever, and they dig hard enough, long enough, they're going to find an issue. If you go to enough specialists and enough doctors, you're going to find a health issue. Like,
Well, I feel like this is a metaphor for life. Everything could be fine, but you can totally find something that's wrong.
sometimes there are things that are worth, discovering. You want to go to the doctor and figure out you have this problem or whatever. But with anything, if you dig far enough, you're going to find a problem. And I feel like that's a large part of the state of YouTube reviews and seeing the ZVE10 come out, and it's just like, you could just say this is an awesome camera. It's super cool. It's a little more expensive than the original, but it offers some new features. These are things it still doesn't have for whatever reason. Okay, here's the camera. But instead, it has to be like,
let's find the thing.
Let's find the thing that's going
fault.
to dominate the discussion on it. The reason I bring this up is because last night there was a presidential press conference at like at the NATO summit conference, presidential press briefing at the NATO conference, and I wanted to see it, but it started late. And if you were watching like CNN or something, what you would have seen is like news anchors talking until the president actually came out on stage. I was watching some YouTube stream, so it was just the raw feed from the camera. And it's the same single camera feed that every station is using. So CNN, MSNBC, whoever is broadcasting this, they're all just this one camera. And it was just the podium with the SM57s right there. And I was like, oh, there's the microphones. And there's American flags on like flagpoles or maybe even other countries too behind the podium. And at one point, because this was not like the broadcast feed at the moment, the camera kind of got bumped and moved, and the camera whipped panned and had like some of the worst rolling shutter I've ever seen, which rolling shutter is on some cameras when you move really quickly side to side, things that are like straight objects, buildings and flagpoles and things, they'll start to look wavy like this.
It tries to compensate so that you don't get motion sickness.
Well, it's the way that the camera is scanning the sensor top to bottom, and it's moving faster than it can scan it, and so the image is getting scanned like.
So this is what I know what rolling shutter is, because in iMovie, when you wanted to make it like less motiony, you turn on rolling shutter. That's what I did.
It will, because it would help eliminate that effect. It's almost like if you've done a panoramic photo on your phone and like the dog walks with you and now you have a really long dog in your phone or whatever.
Yeah,
it's kind of like that. Like the thing is moving faster than the camera can process it. So point being, there are times if you're doing lots of sports and stuff like that, you don't want rolling shutter because you're gonna have players that look like wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube men. You're gonna have goalposts that are all over the place. You're filming a dialogue scene where someone's just sitting and talking. It probably doesn't matter because the camera's not whipping and panning all over the place. But even with the ZVE10, you're going to hear rolling shutter performance. Like at any camera review, it's something that gets brought up. It's worth talking about. Does the camera have a rolling shutter problem? Does it not? Or how does it handle it? And you decide. What are you using it for? Is that a problem or not? My point was that whatever camera is being used here, if that image quality were used in the majority of YouTube reviews, it would be like, this is such a failure. What a piece of junk. Can't believe they would release this. Fatal flaw. Like, do not buy. It's dead on arrival. And it's like, this is a camera being used to film arguably one of the more important things being filmed on Earth at that moment. And it's fine.
You heard it here first.
And I just feel like that was kind of like, look. It's fine. It's got rolling shutter, no image stabilization. It's fine. I don't know where to go from there, but that was just a thought I had to get out. There we go. Got it out. Okay.
I know, but people have to find.
I mean, well, but see, that's where it's
nothing to talk about.
No, it's worth saying. I have the A7S III. It has a 12 megapixel sensor. It doesn't really have a rolling shutter issue. I have the A7 IV. It has a 34 something megapixel sensor. It'll have a rolling shutter issue because there's a higher resolution sensor in general will have more rolling shutter than a lower resolution one. So that's worth noting. Hey, if you're doing lots of sports, maybe the A7S III is the way to go because you can whip the camera back and forth like your hair, and it's not going to give you any problems. If you don't need to whip the camera back and forth, then the A7 IV is the way to go because you're not going to have many rolling shutter. You know, that, like, it's not that it's not worth paying attention to, but it can just be that much. Oh, the camera will overheat if you have it, you know, running in these modes for this amount of time, something to be aware of. Okay. Do you, like, the majority of people, it's kind of with GoPros is the same thing. Like, every year, for the past few years, GoPro sent out a camera talking about overheating. I talk about overheating in my videos. And GoPro at one point said, like, we've done a lot of studies over decades at this point, or almost decades. And, like, the majority, it's something, I forget the exact numbers, but it's something like, let's say 75% of all GoPro clips are under 10 minutes long. And of those, 90% are like less than 2 minutes long. So the vast majority of all footage ever being filmed with GoPros is minutes long at most.
It's not going to be a problem, yeah.
So if the camera overheats at 56 minutes, it will affect the person who needs the camera to run for an hour. It will affect the person who wants to put it on their motorcycle helmet and go for a cruise like up the coast. But then also you're dealing with battery. Like maybe that's not the majority of people. And so when it's like, you just sort of, I just want people to enjoy and being excited about things without always having to tear them apart. That's kind of where it goes.
Well, you do really well on your channel doing that. So
thank you.
Yeah.
Anyway. I'm done. I got it out of my system.
Yeah, are you done?
Yeah.
You feel better now?
Yeah. I like this screenshot. You look very cute there.
Thank you. Okay. It's the educator in Tom's blood.
Yeah, that's me. Blood type B positive.
Says, call me up. I'm a super geek too. We can chat. I have an H1N that I use from a first ever podcast. Still awesome.
They're great.
Tom, I'd be interested in the difference between Zoom F2 and Zoom H1 Essentials. I love my F2 though.
It's basically the difference other than form factor is the built-in mic versus no built-in mic. And the display. Yep, that's it really.
I love the new ZV-10 2 specs. Love they finally ditched the old small battery and used the same FX30 sensor.
Yeah, seems like a sweet camera.
Kyle's in the house. Movie man stuff. Tom, what is that portable recorder you have?
Zoom H1 Essential.
And I just ordered the Lumix S5II. Excited to learn a new system.
That's going to be
leaving
exciting.
Sony, just expanding my toolkit.
I'm very curious how you like it. I've never used the Lumix. You have to
go.
illuminate me on that issue.
All right. Well, I'm kind of, I don't know. I can't believe we didn't get to the games. I was so excited.
I know. We're having a game night tonight, though, so we can play games tonight. That's why I'm like, okay.
I can't believe that took up most of the hour.
Yeah, I didn't think it would. I thought it was going to be a quick.
Yeah, because last night it was like, what are we going to talk about? We got
eyelashes and AI voices. I also have a note. I gotta notice we have like hecka packages at our mailbox right now.
Hecka! Oh my god, what year are we living in, hecka?
I think I need to go get the mail because
right now.
Well, it's Friday and then they're gonna be closed and like
it's so hot. Do you guys know how hot it is here? Well, actually, it's actually not bad today. It's 107.
Yeah, it is like
It's
painful
been like
outside
118,
though. Honestly,
120.
It is rough right now though. I took the dogs out when you were doing your interview earlier.
All right. Well,
time to clear the table.
It's time. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for hanging out with us. That was a lot of fun.
Hope you have a safe, happy, healthy, fun rest of your weekend. Keep those eyelashes out of your eyes. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.